for giving me opportunity to address the distinguished dais. And let me also tell you that all of you know that I am not a good speaker or to address such distinguished dais and audience. But whatever I can say, I will share in few lines. The startup in India entered a new world of late in 90s. In old days, innovation and research took place in countries where government provided support in terms of permissions, grants and investments. We all know these luxuries were largely enjoyed in developed Western economies. In India, entrepreneurs had few choices to do that until 25 years ago. Prior to 90s, financial institutions used to be conservative and provide support to industries or trade mainly through debt after considering risk and securities which were available to them. It was difficult for common men to start a business back then. However, since last 10-15 years, venture capitalists and private equities grew in India who could take higher risk in search of higher ROI. Thus, young entrepreneurs started getting access to the technology and capital to develop innovative products and service, especially after the advent of internet era. Apart from funding, a lot of restrictions and licensing controls from government made in the business difficult to set up in India. In early 90s, it was opening up to open market and the era of internet, and back then what seems a dream has now become a reality. We have seen the persons like Narayan Murthy and Azim Premji to capitalize on these opportunities and transform their startups into large leading global economies. Similarly, more and more young entrepreneurs are taking advantage of opportunity available in India since last 10-15 years. There is no limit of funds for the potentially right technology to young entrepreneurs. We can see just now Mr. Goenka was telling us that around 4,000 startups are being developed every year. We at Rashi, as first generation entrepreneur who had no capital but managed to finish financial accountancy and started working on building the world-class distribution house in the country. Our objective was to create an organization which can create jobs and support developing entrepreneurs. Today, we are one of the largest homegrown distribution house. We employ more than 1,000 across India, and our managers are equally empowered to take ownership of their respective regional business. We represent largest vendors of the world in IT and mobility, offering largest technology and distributing their products in 900 cities and towns through 9,000 partners. The purpose of sharing this is we can take this as a startup, though it was not a startup of through the technology, but it is just a brain, how to evolve in the new way of doing the business, instead of just doing the business buying and selling, which in India as of today, still we are considering buying and selling is only the way to do the business. It's not. How we can do the business differently is the way to think. Whether it is through just money or through the brain or through the technology, is different way to think. We currently distribute products in every corners of India. We have been supporting the startups as well as entrepreneurs in such as system integrators, resellers, by giving them the access to the latest technology and products from the best brands across wide range of the product categories. We connect them to the leading vendors and MNC as we have relationship with large enterprise, technology developers, and producers in IT and mobility. We offer access for their products and services to every corner of India through our robust distribution channel. Startups and established vendors both leverage our 35 years of distribution experience in launching their brands and products. We help overcome such regional challenges, including logistics and language barriers. As all we know, India is a complex country consisting of various states. For pan-India success, product needs to be matured enough for different regions considering their local requirements and expectations. We hope our efforts have contributed to the greater success on job creation and growth of customer partners and vendors, including CSR activities, which eventually contribute to the growth and development of India. Apart from this, let me share a few more things. We are investing in startup also. Whether we should call as an investment or a time investment by an engineer or a new person who is having new idea, maybe disruptive technology, but a new concept, how to develop through internet, connect worldwide or in India. Many of our friends have developed new business, new style of business. Especially in Hyderabad and Bangalore, we find almost every day at least one or two new entrepreneurs are coming in. Why not Bombay? Why not this western part of India? Much less in comparison to Bangalore and Hyderabad. So our request to each and every partner, just think differently. Today, security business is much more than IT business today. The future potential in security business. We are just thinking again, buying and selling. So please think differently how to add value to your own business or to the country. Today it could be very small, but tomorrow the business will be very high. Like mobility in 1990 up to 2005, it was just very small. But today, how much is more than IT business? Similarly, what we think that even security business will be much bigger than today's IT or mobility business. We have 5 or 10 computers in a building, but if you think of camera, it will be more than 20 or 30. So the amount of potentiality on security future business. This is how just think differently what we can do, different thing for different industry, for different way. This is how startup can add value to our business. Thanks once again.